When you are committed to being a highly sensitive leader, whether that be through entrepreneurship or simply life leadership, we do not buy into the highly sensitive shadow pathway that everything is happening to us. Instead, we take steps, we take measures to activate privilege of agency and locate where there is empowerment within choice. If we come at it from a perspective of shadows only in terms of what's happening in the world at this time, our sense of empowerment can really be in question. Though through belief, you have all of the power within you to continue to create what it is that you desire and in the way that you desire. We may be challenged to a greater degree because of what's happening right now, but that greater degree of challenge does not take away our choice. We have the opportunity to let go of any doubt in your ability to start new at any time, to move forward, and to be able to really focus your energy. So that's what I really want to look at today, is ways that we can go about that. So first, I want to revisit a teaching that you may or may not have heard me share before, depending on where you are in your highly sensitive leadership track curriculum and how long it is that you have been a part of the Business Miracles community. But in the past, I've shared a teaching around the Bowen family dynamic theory. And you can take a moment to write that down. The Bowen family dynamic theory. Now, according to this theory, each member of a family of origin, typically unconsciously, is designated a specific role within the family unit dynamic. As part of this theory, there is a role that's referred to as the absorber, and you want to write this down. Now, the Bowen family dynamic theory does not make any connection between the theory and highly sensitive. So this is where my subjective connection comes in, and I'm just making sure that I really highlight that. Meaning there is no actual research that equates the absorber with the highly sensitive in the family, if there is one. However, from my personal experience and my 10 almost years of mentoring highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders, I have consistently seen from a practical research perspective, a connection. The absorber of the family is the person in the family who's designated to hold all of the feelings and specifically anxiety. If you happen to have been the absorber in your family, and again, no research to back it up, but the fact that you're highly sensitive raises the probability that that was the role that you fulfilled, then unconsciously, your system became trained to take in anxiety like a sponge. So then again, we look at everything that's happening in the world right now. If again, you are the absorber, you're going to be feeling all of this energy that's moving right now. If you are untrained as a highly sensitive, then you are going to most likely be experiencing this energy as stress. You will most likely be defaulting into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You will be experiencing your shame shields against, away, or towards. You will find yourself in the highly sensitive coping cycle, feeling those default coping mechanisms of pushing, hiding, combo plattering. Yet, if you are trained or in training as a highly sensitive leader, which you are because you are here, part of the highly sensitive leadership training programs, then even though all of this is happening right now, you are looking to make a choice of personal responsibility for proactively managing your nervous system, turning to energy management tools, and then also incorporating energy techniques such as what I want to share with you today. So let's take a moment first just to talk about the difference between energy management and energy techniques. So energy management tools, as I teach in the highly sensitive leadership training programs, which all of you have as part of your orientation trainings within your leadership tracks, energy management tools are purposely designed to put paper and pen together, all for trackable reasons, such as the belief transformation tool, which is recommended that you use over time, also that you can go back and you can look literally at the page and see what has transformed. Same with repetitive use of the order form to the universe, really activating that aspect of consistency that we focus and highlight within the training programs. Same for scripting, same for auto writing. An energy technique is something that's more physical that you can turn to in the moment to support you instantly in calming your nervous system, allowing you to be positioned for how it is that you're meant to be showing up as a highly sensitive leader, giving an interview, any form of marketing, giving a presentation, my gosh, showing up for a family event after maybe a year plus of not doing so, any difficult conversation, or fill in the blank. So there's one energy technique that we use all the time, whether you're aware of it or not, within the teachings of the highly sensitive leadership training program, and that is hand on heart. So you can take a moment just to do that now. So just this motion alone calms the nervous system. It takes you out of fight or flight. It takes you out of shame shields. It takes you out of your coping mechanisms. And physically, instantly gives you access back to your highly sensitive strengths. Now today, we're going to take this technique one step further. So with your hand on your heart, I'm going to invite you to bring to mind something that's of concern for you right now. And my invitation is you go with the first thing that pops into your mind. Whether it makes sense or not, whether that's what you want to consciously choose or not, something that is of concern for you right now. Now take your free hand and place it on your ring finger. And then slide your finger down your ring finger into the point that's right between your pinky and your ring finger. So between your fourth and fifth fingers. Now, while holding this concern in your mind, just tap that spot on your hand. This is the meridian line on the triple warmer. Keep tapping. It's the meridian that controls our fight, flight, or freeze response. Keep tapping. Tapping interrupts the flow of the stress energy, returning the energy to the nervous system. And it's recommended that you continue tapping for at least a minute. Take a breath in, keep tapping, and let it out. And now you can even switch hands, putting your opposite hand on the heart, taking your free hand, finding that meridian point between the fourth and fifth fingers, the ring and the pinky, and continue tapping. And just take note. See if you can make any marked difference within your nervous system. If nothing else, it should move that concern from the ruminating space within the head, where the monkey mind loves to go to work. And it almost makes it difficult to simultaneously hold hand on heart and tapping while also worrying. Breath in and let it out. And now our second energy technique is we're going to take our hand from our heart and we're going to place it on your forehead, taking into consideration our state of the world these days. Ideally, your hands are washed before you're touching your face. So I'm just saying that as a caveat. But when you're in fight, flight, shame, shields, or coping mechanisms, the nervous system literally floods due to losing blood in the forebrain, or what's also known as the amygdala, which is what gives you access to your creative solutions, gives you access to your highly sensitive strengths. So there's power on putting your hand on your head. I always think of the stereotypical like woman from the 1800s in distress. Oh my, oh my. And there's a reason that she put her hand on her head. The hand is electromagnetic and so is your blood. So by placing your hand on your head, it literally draws the blood up like a magnet. Again, interrupting fight, flight, and flooding of the nervous system. So especially when you find yourself in the highly sensitive shadow of analysis paralysis or perfectionism or feeling fear or worry or stress, or again, the concern that you brought to mind, bring your hand to your head. And you can double power it by placing the other hand on your heart. So take a breath in and let it out. For the final energy technique for today, I recommend if you're sitting close to a desk that you just kind of scoot yourself back a little bit. Give yourself some room. And here we're going to focus on the central meridian. And this is to open the flow of the nervous system. So again, when we're in fight, flight, or freeze, when we're in our shame shields, when we're in our shadows, when we're in our coping mechanisms, the nervous system has flooded. There's been a buildup of stress energy. So you can hold out your arms as if you're holding a tray. Ball your hands into a fist. And think of what has you concerned right now. Think of what has you stressed, fearful, or worried. And then you take the hands, bringing them in towards your gut, circling up above the head, and then in a large whoosh, opening the palms and flowing the arms down. So again, hands in front, balled into a fist, thinking of that concern, that person, that situation, whatever it might be, and then up and again. And that blowing out is very important. So again, holding that concern in mind, circling up, and then throw down while blowing out. And this opens the nervous system energetically, physically supports you in moving from shadows to strengths. So at any time, if you're finding yourself in a pinch, I know for myself, again, I have absolutely been feeling the energy moving so much. And even during time off, and we took a car trip and we were just out of our element and in a different town. And there's some things that I could just feel a vibe and energy that was kind of in the air. And I literally was not feeling safe within my nervous system. And I took time, just hand on heart, tapping that meridian, more than once, I just put my hand on my head, well, also on my core or on my heart, and then taking time to just clear the energy. And then from there, you can go to energy management. So again, you go to that trackable process. They can be used together or they can be used separately. The entire intention and point is to be able to bring you back into your body, to take you out of your head, into your heart, to open the nervous system. So there literally can be flow of both energy and blood back to the amygdala, closing the limbic. If the limbic has opened, which when we are in our shadows, that most likely is what's happened physiologically. And then that gives us access, again, to our strengths, intuition, empathy, creativity, deep thinking, deep feeling, deep listening, to be able to access creative solutions. Now more than ever, it's so important that we're doing this.